wanted to do was give you a quick look at the investor deck that is nearly done. There's about 5 slides, maybe 6 slides more to go. It'll be done today. But I wanted to just walk you through it real quick to show you what we are doing there. So give me a moment here. Let me switch. Here we go. So it's a very straightforward pitch deck. It is targeted towards crypto investors. So it follows a formula that is tried and true. So our vision is to build a decentralized ecosystem to unlock sustainable income for creators based on trust, technology, and community. So what we are doing is we are solving 4 main problems. The fact that a majority of creators can't make a sustainable living through their art. Existing NFT marketplace require artists to have marketing and sales skills, which they don't have and they don't even want to have. Current NFT standards are generic, and art scams and forgeries are common as a result of that. And finally, Web3 UI has a lot of friction, making it very challenging to onboard artists and collectors. So what's our solution? So Vitruvio is essentially a vertically integrated ecosystem for creators. It's a full stack, decentralized solution for creators in visual arts, music, film, and other domains also. So I like to think of our stack as 2 parts, protocols and elements. So in the protocols, we've got the blockchain, we've got a bunch of smart contracts that go with it, some dApps, and a marketplace. In the elements, we have lots of tools and resources for creators. We have workshops, we have a community, and we provide assistance with marketing. So this makes a vertically integrated ecosystem, not unlike others you've seen, such as Apple, etc., that start at the chips and work their way all the up to an app store, including in the middle there, the product, the operating system, etc. And that's what we are doing. And there is no other blockchain that is doing this in a vertical way. And let's look at that in a moment. So how are we going to achieve this? Well, it's all about trust. Our solution works seamlessly to deliver the missing element of Web3 art, which is trust. We've got flexible licensing, we've got dynamic minting, we've got industry metadata, we've got creator trust through KYC, and we've got digital signing. And all of these together add up to trust and make it where in an environment which is supposed to be trustless, we still have trust that's delivered. So let's look at how our protocol works. So we've got the blockchain, and we have 3 primary pillars that make up this blockchain. We've got the creator pillar, and one of the things we want to do is get the identity of every creator, and we are doing that using what we call zero knowledge KYC. In other words, while the creator is identified, the external KYC provider maintains and retains the knowledge of that. It's never surfaced. So if someone wants to remain undoxed as a creator, they can. So they can still use Vitruvio, but keep their information private. The next pillar is rewards. We have built-in rebasing, which is essentially performance-based built-in coin compound interest. So everyone's wallet automatically compounds and gathers interest, provided the ecosystem meets its performance goals. And the third and the most important pillar is our asset registry. So our asset registry has 3 main highlights. The metadata, which conforms to industry standards like linked art for visual arts. Licensing, we use the Creative Commons standard for that. And then signing, which we use the C2PA standard for that, which is an industry alliance of large companies like Microsoft, Adobe, etc. The apps that we have on here are also 3 pillars. We have the Vitru Studio, which is what anyone can use in order to consign their work to the artwork, to the blockchain, and to create the licensing terms that they want. Next up, we have Vitru Store. This was previously called Vitru Hub. We renamed it to Vitru Store. This is where anyone can create a store to sell artworks consigned to Vitruvio. So there's a pool of artworks that are consigned by creators. Anyone can throw up a store, just like you can with Shopify or Amazon. So it's the Shopify for creators. You can make a profit of someone else's work by selling it, and it's your margin, right? You sell it, and so you got a margin. They sold the work, and so they get the amount due for their labor. Lastly, we have Vitru Stream. So this is essentially a set of tools and applications and APIs that allow anyone to stream licensed visual artworks to any streaming device like Apple TV. And I'm in fact streaming to my Apple TV right now in the back, as you see. So we want to create the Spotify for creators. So let's look at the market size of what we are tackling here. So the overall art market is about $68 billion. And so far, only about 11 billion of that is captured online. So that means 84% of this market is not yet on Web3. That's our opportunity, folks. That's where Vitruvio is going to shine. And that's not it. There's more. Music and film, which are not even in here, are over $1 billion, $100 billion rather, market. So this is a very, very large market, and it's growing at a compounded annual growth rate of approximately 6%. So there is a lot of opportunity here, and we intend to capitalize on it. So let's look at what the competition is about, right? So we've got a whole bunch of horizontal general purpose blockchains. So you've got Ethereum, Tezos, Solana, Flow, Binance, Smart Chain, and Polygon. The thing is, all of these use a general purpose NFT technology model, and they have no creator specific support. We are focused on creators from the bottom up, and this sets us apart and gives us a unique competitive advantage when onboarding creators to Web3. So if you're a creator, you can go to a blockchain where you're just an app there, you're represented in there, or you can go to a community, an ecosystem where you are the star. The spotlight is on you. And that's what Vitruvio is about. What's our revenue model? So the revenue model is driven by the asset registry and the licensing model we've created. So the basic model is that any buyer on the protocol, and it can be from any application, any marketplace, if you go look on Ethereum, there might be, 100 marketplaces there. But on Vitruvio, it's possible for us to have 10,000 marketplaces because they can be niche ones, and then they can be generic ones that are to everybody. The cool thing is that artists don't even need to do anything with these marketplaces. The marketplaces can decide which assets they want to sell. On Ethereum right now, a creator has to decide where they want to go and mint their artwork, etc. These are terrible decisions that artists have to make. We are taking that away. We are throwing away all that and putting a nice, efficient, an innovative model in place where essentially whoever wants to create a dApp for selling art can put it up there, mark up the art, sell it, and make a profit. And so all the purchases go through our asset registry to the license, which then mints an asset and transfer the 2% fee into the Treasury smart contract. And that's where it's split up into the four rev share slots that we talked about today, which is the DAO, the validators, the boosters, and newly announced today, the early birds. So that's where that Treasury smart contract does its thing. What's our go-to-market? Well, our order of go-to-market is visual arts, music, film, and then all other. That's kind of how we are tackling it. So we are starting with visual arts. So for visual arts, the creators are our first sort of focus. So what we want to do is onboard creators. So we look at current Web3 creators, and what we want to do is work with Web3 art communities to onboard existing artists by giving them token incentives and giveaways. So it's very simple there. With existing art organizations that are domain specifics like galleries, museums, music labels when we get to that, etc. What we want to do is batch onboard the artists. So if the gallery has 50 artists, we will do a workshop for those 50 artists, and we will together as a cohort bring them on, and we'll give the gallery some token incentives, and we will give the artists some token incentives, thus bringing them on and bringing all their revenue potential to our protocol. The third is social impact organizations. So this is where we partner with social impact organizations to onboard indigenous artists communities, cultural artifacts, underprivileged artists from around the world. There's a lot of NGOs, etc., working on these, and there are hundreds of thousands of artists that match this criteria, and we'd like to sort of bring them on. My next slide is kind of unfinished, but I'm going to talk through it anyway. So the go-to-market for collectors, how are you going to approach that? Well, we'll start with art influencers like publications, organizations, communities, blogs, vlogs, YouTube streams, etc. So what we want to do is reach out to them, and through them get to the collectors. Every gallery has a contact list of collectors. So as we onboard their artists, we also want to onboard those collectors and introduce them to Vitruvia. We want to have virtual and in real life exhibitions in order to make it very, very exciting to constantly see some of the great artwork that's there and help people understand how to actually acquire this artwork for whatever situation they may have, for the home, for business, for a hotel lobby, etc. We will also work on retail partnerships like Divert Sneakers that you saw the other day. Those are important because that gives us the ability to scale up at a very large level, thousands and thousands of artwork sales with maybe one vendor. And finally, number 5, something that's near and dear to my heart, is we want to create Vitru hubs. So we want to have physical locations around the world in key cities where we have it's essentially like a community hub where someone can come in and they can see a perpetual sort of gallery of artworks of exhibition that's there. They can come and ask questions. They can learn about Web3 and NFTs, and they can buy artworks, and they can attend a workshop, and just go through that process. So this is an important thing for collectors. Finally, not finally, but going on, what traction do we have? So we've got a great community. We've got 18K coin holders. We've got 6,000 plus people in our Discord. We have 500 validators, 4,000 plus artists ready to step in. We've got our protocol mainnet RC1, which has rebasing, auto perks, and the asset base. We've got some partners already lined up with Nanum, Divert Sneakers, and Western Michigan. We've got our user dApps, Poet, Art Packs, dApp Starter, and we've got gallery partnerships. We just did one in Sao Paulo. We did one previously in Dubai, and this traction will continue to grow on a almost weekly basis. Now that we have an ecosystem lead in place, it's going to go even faster. We also have a DAO, a nascent DAO as we call it. It has a governance charter and is organized into 5 councils with a 9-member Senate. The voting is based on vote credits issued to members at Genesis. So this is a newly formed DAO, and as we get to the point where we drop our steward and Nexus and validator tokens into people's wallets, we will start having our first DAO votes, the ability to propose and things, changes, etc., and make that happen. So that's coming right up. And this is the point where I've to finish working on it on the deck. It'll be done, like I said, later today, but we get into the team, etc.